All right, so after many hours I finally cleaned up the front portion and center bar here, the underneath, cleaned it off old glue, because old glue was there, like, I don't know, it was way worse than the rear because I guess the sun cooked it and it was very hard to get off. And this is the remainders of the old glue all over the place. And so right now these bars and the front portion, it's treated with mineral spirits, and then after that I'm gonna go with the alcohol. So this is clean now, thank God. All right, these areas, so I just brushed them off with the brush wheel first, because you have to get the loose rust and stuff like that off first. You see, that's basically what it is. On a good day you have to take this all off, grind it down, sandblast it, clean it, degrease it, prime it, repaint it. So you know how many steps, so that's craziness. At the end of the day, if it develops too badly, obviously after years to come, then the front portion can be unglued and re-glued. Basically that's just the worst that can happen, because there's a bunch of little areas I have to kind of get with the silicone or some lubricants or whatnot. But anyway, right now the sun is coming down and I need to make this video before it's too late. Now the solution that I applied over the areas is the rust dissolver. First, obviously, right? So it's this thing right here, rust dissolver gel, so it doesn't drip. It comes out pink like that. So basically I'm letting it sit right now just to do its magic, and then after that I'm going to wipe it down. It calls to rinse it with fresh water. Yeah, okay, good luck rinsing it when the car is covered up like this. I mean, this is no. So I'm gonna wipe it down as much as I can, and then I'm gonna run alcohol all over the place. So that's going to be our rinse. In any event, it's better than nothing. You can understand that. Yeah, I can leave it and call it a day, but I want to treat it a little bit at least. So all of this rust dissolver, let it be. And then after that, once it's all dissolved with alcohol, I'm gonna mask it up to here somewhere. So I want this area to be as original as I can have it, so the glue sticks to it nicer. And then I'm going to spray paint this area. Okay, so I already have tape over, and this tape also covers it from the residue from rust dissolver. So as you can see, this is the stuff. It's doing its job right now, so let it be. It's like about 10 minutes. Now I do want to have some sort of resolution tonight rather, because I want to glue the front section. Actually, I really want to do it because I want to know how my end lines end up being, the tension, because these are glued previously. I want to know how that is going to tense up. I know the rear is fine, so that I have no issues with. Side flaps to be done later. But I want to know the front with this particular top. This one, the new one. The old one was fine, the tension and everything. But the new one, I don't know. So funny thing is that there was no center line marked on the frame, so I had to mark it myself. Well, it's self-explanatory. It's just this screw right here, that's the center line, all right, but I still put the little mark just to have it as an extra reference point, and that's what I did. All right, so right now, as you can see, the process is happening. It's kind of etching in this rust, and then I'm gonna, like I said, I will paint this over. I decided not to grind it. I was gonna grind it, but I decided not to. because I'm afraid I'll take off too much material. So I decided just to go with the brush wheel and then let it be, let the rust dissolver deal with it. All right, so basically this is where we are. And maybe, okay, lights came on, that means it's too late. It's about 8 p.m. by now, so you know, I've been on it how many hours? 10 hours by now, because I started at 10 a.m. so now it's 8 p.m. I'm not finished yet, because again, agenda is agenda. Lots of things to do, lots of other projects to take care of. These areas were the worst. There's some glue in there, oh my god. All right, well, anyway, we'll move on. All right, my buddy came by a little bit and whatever, what have you. So now I got these corners reset a little bit, a little more tension on these. Both of them. Glued up the tiny little extensions that I had to glue up. Same here, you can't see it on camera, but I moved it like about maybe 1/4 inch, a little bit more. So let's just have that done like that. All right. Now everything's cleaned up, and these I just primed them, so now I can take the tape off. And in previous section I showed that I used some rust remover, so we can take these off now. We don't need these anymore, just because I don't want to rip the canvas, not the canvas, the strap here. This strap right here is riveted, it appears, so I don't want to break it loose, right? So I'm gonna be careful a little bit. All right, and a little more. All right, so now we have this area primed up. So same for the other side, of course. I just want to do it because the car is covered up, and all this glue, this plastic is gonna go to scrap right now. So yeah, this is also pretty good. We don't care how it looks because it's gonna be covered up by canvas itself, so doesn't matter. There are choices. Either we leave it the way it was, or we have it look ugly underneath. So what do we choose? I choose to make it look ugly underneath, but at least I try to preserve the thing. See, this is just a little bit of the overspray, but again, the whole covers, the whole interior is covered up. So this plastic goes to scrap right now. And I'm putting the soft top on it, and I'm gonna put new plastic over it, because I don't think I'm gonna glue the front portion. It's past 9 p.m. already. It's just too much, and it took so many hours to get this thing prepped and dry fit, and the rear rebar I had to do it twice, and I'm not sure on my tension yet, so I might have to change the tension a little bit on this very corner. So therefore I'm just gonna secure it to the rear. I'm not gonna stretch it yet. And we'll move along the next day when I work on it again. All right, so this is it for now. This is probably going to be final for today. I still kind of like really want to like put a couple of dabs of glue here and here and here, but see, I can't. I have to clean up this top portion right here, the front portion from the overspray, so I have to wipe it all down. And I do actually want this is primer. I didn't even paint, I just primed it, a sandable primer, so I want it to set before I start putting the glue over. So I'm gonna clean all these areas and then let it be, and probably tomorrow I'm going to start gluing the front. I want to see how that's going to end up, and the tension, because I tightened this up a little more with those corners that I showed previously, and those corners I showed previously. Now I have only one shot, because I have to extend the cut a little bit to the proper position. This hole is no longer, the new hole is going to be a little further behind, just a bit. Like I can barely feel it. It's like right around here somewhere. So I'm just fine. And then I also well, anyway, there's just so many small little details because I guess I'm just losing my mind on this. I'm trying to get it as perfect as it can be, and it takes all this time, all these hours. Trees starting pollinating right now, so I have to wrap it up. All right, so this would be all. Victor here, restoringmercedes.com. I think it's part 11 or something like that, and we'll move along.